Alright, let's see what I've been working on. So, I don't care about you because I love us. Baby boomers hate change because they hate sound, because they associate it to war, because they grew up, and because we chose objects before actions, before thought. Actions, words, ideas, all that stuff. Like everyone says, oh, words, you hate your words. No, it's not about words. Oh, hate your actions. No, because it's about the vector of that action, or the idea. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing with brokenArgyle feedback loop. We're going to be providing home automation for all of the Tanglewood townhomes. That is a model of the Savannah. It's right here. This is me. It's Ruth. Rick's down there. There's a place that's going to be up for either rent or sale at the end, which would be awesome because then we'd have that, Rick's, mine, and then that one is also for sale. I would love it to have friends buy that and be part of the brokenArgyle. So feedback loop, what we're going to do is we're going to be putting Alexa into the homes of the old farts here, in addition to any other thing that we can help them with as far as home automation. We're going to expand it later on. I'll talk about that. But for now, it's just going to be the home automation side of it. So Sonos speakers. I bought a plethora of speakers and did a bunch of testing inside the house and also outside, because what brokenArgyle eventually is going to do, hopefully at the 2028 Olympics, we around the world, everybody will be playing the same song in an instrument that they choose in the language that they want, and we'll have at it, and we'll realize that things are great because we're all different, and it'll be like a really good thing, really good movement. And I think we can start it at Tanglewood by throwing sound. And I've already actually, there's another one. This was the first one. I tried to figure out how far the speakers would spread serially, and then like in parallel if there was any difference, and Sonos is awesome. So we're still working on that. But as far as the feedback loop, what I'd like to do is I'd like to get students from Cypress High School to be the electronic or technological ambassador to the old crotchety old farts here, because I think that there's some things that we can do that will blow their balls off, that they don't even know about. You know, even the generation before our parents, or you know, how it depends on how old you are, they struggle. You know, we had to go so quickly into the future with technology. Yeah, so here we go. So the baby boomers, they had war and depression. So they said, "Oh wait, no change. We don't want to change. We don't want things like, you know, when you fear stuff and you're scared, you don't want things to change, right? Or when you're on the bottom, right? You don't want things, or when you're on top, you don't want things to change, right?" Then our parents, I'm 37, so my parents, their parents told them, my grandparents told them, "Hey, don't do it like us." So our parents are telling us doubly, "Hey, do it like us." And we're like, wait a second, because there's a cadence of like the way that like time doesn't exist, but cadence does. So since we didn't change here very much, we have to like pick up like here, and so they had to go super fast, right? And so we left the baby boomers behind, and most of the parents too, my parents. And so I'm gonna go back with brokenArgyle and pick them up, because we have lost that wisdom that the old farts inject back into society. You know, we're not even talking with them anymore because we're like, and that is to say at Tanglewood. That's kind of how it is. There's a bunch of old people. There's a lady down the way that's like 101. It's awesome. You know, like I wanna like talk to her, hear her stories, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'd like to, when we go and we do home automation for a house, I'd like to understand like their wants and needs and whatnot, and then figure out something nice to do for them, because a lot of the time we think that we know what we want for ourselves, but sometimes when somebody else kind of like injects something, it's way even more awesome. So we want to do that. And what I also want to do as a long-term project is I want to reintegrate into itself. So I want us to become self-sufficient as far as solar panels. Figure out that how much wattage we're going to need, and water will kick down the curb or down the street a little bit, but figure out other things, how to get over there signals and whatnot, and basically become able to sustain ourselves internally, because I think that that would be good for all communities to do, and then even as like states or whatever, however big we need to do that, just to make sure that we're all okay, because that's kind of what all Broken Argyle is all about. We go through life, right, and we come to a bump and we're like, oh shit, there's a gap, right, and we see in our mind, we imagine us on the other side, so we've already imagined utopia, so we're fucked from the start. We're like, damn, it'd be awesome if you like imagined like half a bridge or something like that and you fell over, but you've actually already imagined over it, so not even having that problem. So that gap's there, so you got to go to some dorky engineer who thinks he's bomb because he's memorized a bunch of things in books, which we're not going to have to do in the future, so blah blah blah. We don't engineer anything. We reverse engineer it from creativity. So the engineers, we need to get off of our high horse. If you're on a horse, I've been on a horse before, and man, tain't good. And then so we have to do the requirements, we have to build it, then we have to come and we have to test it. And then we have to go and we have to interject it back into society, and did it make it? Yeah, great. We don't have that problem anymore. We don't have to break the Argyle again. And the Argyle's rules, it's information suppression, it's time, ego, lines. Anytime you say you, like you versus me, that's cool for like playing a game, because I want to beat the shit out of people when I play a game with them, right? But then when I beat them, I'm like, oh, I feel bad for you. So either way, I'm fucked. So anyways. Grocery store to your door. Amazon is going to take, and the way that we deliver things in drones, it's going to take the need for grocery stores out of the picture. So we need to get that society back into like our communities. Like my mom, she loves going to the grocery store, and she loves all that whole thing. So we need to, because when she lost Mervyn's, she was crushed. She was crushed. So we need to figure out how to get them. So I'm working with the Ralphs by me. Local business reintegration. Yeah, this one's for my dad and Natalie, actually. Interesting. Sorry, I got caught up in the Argyle. The Argyle's when you get caught up in a thought that is not the genuine one that you were trying to get through. Like you see like a bird or something. In my case, it's probably so stupid. Viva Taco, they needed some stabilization of business, and so every time that there was like not even an emergency, but when the San Bernardino thing happened, I went and I bought 50 tacos from them, and I ran them to San Bernardino, and I said, this is from Viva Tacos. We appreciate, to the firemen and police officers, we appreciate what you've done. Thank you very much. And there's videos on the Broken Argyle page that have been, they're kind of, I'm going to release them at some point, I don't know. But anyways, that's for that, and I want to stabilize their business somehow. So I want them to bring tacos to like a centralized point, because eventually what I would like is, I would like Larwin to be like a place where we like just think of ideas, and we put right on the walls and put things on the walls, and people come in and muse, and they just write stuff and leave and whatnot. I mean, maybe my room will stay nice, but all the other walls will build chalk or whatever, and like we'll just do really good things out of here. Right, because I want to have like a social media aspect to this, because the Broken Argyle, I mean, there's so many storylines, like myself, I was removed from AT&T by a gentleman that was removed 2 weeks later for just, I think he left on his own accord, but he was basically AT&T fired, right? And he was doing bad shit, and I couldn't tell anybody about it. Whatever. And so that has an aspect to it. dude that had ADHD that was shunned by a company, but then because of the rules of how they would look, was not able to come back and help them because he was the one that was helping them. They may not know it yet, but Angela, she said, Ryan, you're plus time. Brilliant, love her. Okay, so anyways, I want to provide all of these services to everybody here. Like meandering, that's just one where I'm gonna make a social media storyline. Movie night, I want to stream things outside the window and do light stuff. The grocery store to your door. Oh, also, one little side thing. That's the list of harshest drugs that I've taken by far. Ambien's the worst, and then Vyvanse. I stopped taking Vyvanse at AT&T, and Vyvanse basically takes the creativity out of you and it makes you autonomous. You basically just do your job. Because people with ADD, ADHD, we operate at like a 120 phase, where like most people operate at like 110. And so when we get an amphetamine, it dumbs us down, slows us down. When I do coke, I want to sit on a chair and listen to stories. So when I do an amphetamine, I'm chill. So like right now, I have not done an amphetamine, and I'm a little bit kind of get going, right? Gazinta gazata. Anyways, one thing, I used to be an alcoholic. I'm not anymore. We can talk about that at some point. Yeah, and that's true. No, I'm not crazy. We went over that. Okay, so this is how we're gonna help people. We don't understand what is like excess. Like we think that like we have so much stuff, but we're gonna make like a cloud where we're gonna have people do like analysis of like maybe they would be good with this stuff, and that the whole concept of we'll give them something that they didn't expect, which is cool. These are all the services that we're gonna need to have for at brokenArgyle. I don't know how to monetize it. We'll get back to that. Okay, so this is the Dignity Health Oppositional Equilibria that my Uncle Greg passed away, and he loved music, and so I would love to do a program that brings LAPD and OCPD together, and also the health like organizations and whatnot, so that LA and Orange County can see, hey, you guys are different, you guys are the same, or whatever it is. So yeah, I think that is brokenArgyle in a nutshell. Let's go downstairs real quick and just look at, I want to infuse parts of the community. This was my Sonos wall. Parts of the community, guitars, into the decor. So I've gotten branches that have fallen off of trees around here, and I put them up just as like, hey, it's kind of like, let's reincorporate like the old shit into like the new stuff. Let me go take a look at this. Let's see, we got Sid, gotta help you out. Power sound, power voice, power has been every choice. That's the whole thing about corporations, because we don't need corporations to govern us. We think that we do, but we really don't. So brokenArgyle is gonna try to get rid of corporations as well. So that's what I got going on. Let's go take a look at the savannah. That's the savannah. I like the savannah. I can do a lot of good things here at Tanglewood, like a lot. You know, like, and that's what I want to do with brokenArgyle. Is I want to. It's been all about good. The concerts that I went to support artists and everything. I believe in this. I hope you do too.